Hello and welcome. Today we're doing some practice exercises, focusing on strategies for multiple choice part 1 of Barron's AP Music Theory 3rd edition. So each question will be asked, you will be given about 5 seconds to think, and then the answer will be revealed with an explanation. Some of these questions, because they are audio based, will also be revealed or asked at the same time, but we will go through each question, listen to the sample, and then the answer will be revealed. So grab something to write down your answers and any notes that you want to make. And if you need more time throughout, which I do think you will need because they're supposed to be giving you multiple times to listen to it, simply pause the video. And if you want to listen to it multiple times, go and listen to it however many times you want. Usually it's around 3 in the actual thing, but I will only be playing it once for ease. So you just go back and listen to it. I think that should be it. If you have any questions, let me down in the comments and let's jump right into it. So here we have question 1. Which of the following pitches is played? There's also a note that says answers A and B have a whole step between the first two notes, while C and D have a half step. Eliminate the two of the answers after the first playing. If you hear a whole step between the first two notes, then determine that A is whole step to whole step and B is whole step to half step. Now go back and listen to it again. Correct answer is B. The pitches are played a whole step followed by a half step. Question 2. Which of the following pitches is played? And there's a note that says another strategy is to look for recognizable scale patterns. For example, A is part of the F minor scale and B is the F major scale. Now go back and listen to the example again. Correct answer is A. The pitches were the first four notes of the F minor scale. Question 3. Which of the following pitches is played? And there's a note that says, identify the interval between the first two pitches. A is a major third, B is a major second, C is a major third, and D is a perfect fourth. After the first playing, if it's major third, you've narrowed it down to either A or C. Now go back and listen. Correct answer is D. The first two pitches are a perfect fourth apart. Question 4. Which of the following is played? And there's a note that says there is no key signature, so recognizing notes that are natural without an accidental may imply a specific scale pattern. Correct answer is A. This is the Mixolydian scale, lowered seventh of the major Ionian scale. If you are unable to confirm what the scale pattern is, can you tell what it is not? It is not B, the D natural minor scale, or C, the D major scale, or D, the D harmonic minor scale. Question 5. Which of the following pitches is played? And there's a note that says, once again, look for what you know. Prepare before you listen. Does solfege work for you? Try that. Identify the interval or by pattern. Now go back and listen to it again. Correct answer is A. The solfege is do, mi, fa, re, ti, do. Question 6. Which of the following is played? And there's a note that says identify the interval and mark it to the side. Let your ear confirm. Correct answer is B. The interval played is a minor sixth. Question 7. Which of the following is played? And there's a note that says recognizable 7 chords. Correct answer is C. The chord played was a half diminished 7th chord. If you listen for the quality of the triad, answers A and D both have a major triad, while B was minor and C was diminished. Question 8. Which of the following is played? And there's a note that says, notice not only the quality of the triad, but also the inversion. Correct answer is A. The triad played was a D minor triad in first inversion. Answer A is the only answer that is minor, regardless of inversion. Question 9 to 10 ask you to identify the rhythms. Question 9. Which of the following represents the rhythm played? Remember, it's rhythm only. Correct answer is B. The beat 2 of measure 1 is identical in answers A and B. A and D. Answers B is the only choice with a dotted note in the middle of beat 1. Question 10. Which of the following represents the rhythm played? Remember, it's rhythm only. Correct answer is A. Answer A is the only choice that starts with 2 equal eighth notes. The next section contains several questions based on contextual listening examples. For this chapter on strategies, the most important aspects of the questions are in bold lettering. I will just emphasize them for you. Tips and clues are also provided below the questions. So I will give you some tips and questions before each thing. Okay. Questions 11 to 18 are based on a traditional Irish air containing 4 phrases with repeated sections. The first section contains 2 phrases and is repeated. First of all, the information above reveals that you have 4 phrases. This suggests a periodic structure. You know to listen for the same and different melodic content, and read all the questions and prioritize what can be heard in the first hearing. Meter, which is for question 11. Beginning of the scale degree identification, which is question 13, and possibly a pretty good idea of question 12 and 14. You may not be ready to answer, but put a check by the answer you think it is and use the second plane to confirm. So I will now read through the questions and the notes that are given with it. Question 11. The meter of this example is in A, simple duple, B, simple triple, C, compound duple, or D, compound triple. The note says, tap your foot or tap the beat on your leg or hand if it cannot be out loud. But most important, listen for the subdivision of the beat. Sing eighth notes to yourself under the beat or sing triplets to confirm simple or compound. Question 12. The melody contains all of the following elements except A, anacrusis, B, dotted rhythms, C, hemiola, D, conjunct and disjunct movement. The note says, the word except is the most important. Which one of these answers is least likely to occur? Question 13. The flute melody of the first phrase begins with what 3-note scale degree pattern? Is it A, 3-2-1, B, 5-3-1, C, 1-2-3, or D, 1-7-1? And start here. It may be question 3 on this set, but the answer to this question is in the very first thing you will hear from the melody. Question 14. The phrase structure would correctly be described as A. Parallel period, B. Contrasting period, C. Double parallel period, or D. Repeated parallel period. The note says the opening information tells you the first section contains two phrases and is repeated, which eliminates two of the answers. Question 15. The repeat is different from the first two phrases in A. Timbre, B. Range, C. Rhythmic accompaniment, or D. Texture. The note says what is different in the last two phrases. Timbre suggests a different voice or instrument. Range suggests that two phrases are higher or lower. Answer C or D suggests something changes in the accompaniment. Now, let's go ahead and listen to the excerpt. Listen to it as many times as you want. And here are the answers. Let's go through them. Question 11, the correct answer is B. The meter is simple triple. Question 12, correct answer is C. The melody does begin with an anacrusis, has dotted rhythms as well as triplet rhythms. It does not have a hemiola. Question 13, the correct answer is B. The flute melody begins with so, mi, do, the descending tonic triad. And so and mi are the anacrusis and do is the downbeat. Question 14, correct answer is D. The first two phrases are a parallel period because the melody begins on exactly the same. The two phrases are repeated. In question 15, the correct answer is B. On the repeat, the flute plays the same notes an octave higher. Before listening to the entire excerpt, we'll go through these three questions as well. So, question 16. The second section begins with an anacrusis. What are the pitches of the anacrusis and the downbeat performed in B flat major? Is it A, D to C and B flat, B, B flat to C and then D, C, F to F and then B flat, or D, F, G, A and then B flat? There's a note that says you're going to listen specifically to where the new material comes in. Every answer has scale degree 1, do, as the downbeat except 1. 3 answers have a 2-note pickup and 1 has a 3-note pickup. What is the most common anacrusis? In B flat major, what are those pitches? Question 17. The final phrase ends with what scale degree? Is it A, 3, 2, 1, B, 1, 7, 1, C, 4, 3, 2, 1, or D, 2, 7, 1? Final phrase ending, 17, and cadence information, 18, next question. These two questions can be heard and answered at the same time. So question 18. The final cadence features A, 4-3 suspension, B, rhythmic augmentation, C, Picardy third, or D, an appoggiatura. The note says the excerpt would have to be in minor to have a Picardy third. Is it? By now, you know whether the answer is even an option. The other 3 answers are very specific in what they suggest. Now, let's listen to the entire excerpt. listen to it however many times you want. And here are the answers. Question 16, correct answer is C. The beginning of the second section, phrase 5, begins so, so, do. In B flat major, those notes are F, F, B flat. Question 17, the correct answer is D. The final phrase ends with re, ti, do, as do phrases 2 and 4, all exactly the same. The phrase structure is A, A1, A, A1, B, A1. Question 18, correct answer is B. The durations in the final cadence are twice as long as the cadence we hear in phrases 2 and 4, creating the feeling of closure or coming to the end. Questions 19 to 22 are based on an excerpt where the score is printed correctly, but the version you will hear, there are errors in either pitch or rhythm in several measures. I will read through the questions as well as the notes. Question 19. Measure 1 contains an error in the A. Rhythm in the melody staff, B. Rhythm in the bass staff, C. Pitch in the melody staff, or D. Pitch in the bass staff. The note says, circle the measures where there are errors. Look carefully at the score for recognizable melodic patterns and rhythms. During the first playing, look at the melody staff. When you hear a mistake, write P for pitch or R for rhythm by that measure. Question 20. Measure 3 contains an error in the A. Rhythm in the melody staff, B. Rhythm in the bass staff, C. Rhythm and pitch in the melody staff, or D. Pitch and rhythm in the bass staff. The note says, during the second playing, look at only the bass staff. When you hear a mistake, write P for pitch or R for rhythm by that measure. Question 21. Measure 5 contains an error in the A. Rhythm in the melody staff, B. Rhythm in the bass staff, C. Pitch in the melody staff, or D. Pitch in the bass staff. The note says, during the third playing, concentrate on the question and measures unanswered. Question 22 says, Measure 7 contains an error in the A. Rhythm in the melody staff, B. Rhythm in the bass staff, C. Pitch in the melody staff, or D. Pitch in the bass staff. And during the fourth playing, check your answers. Let us listen to the excerpt. And here are the answers. Question 19. The correct answer is D. The error is in the pitch in the bass staff. What is played is do, si, ti, written as do, ti, re. Also, you can see here the answers that are correct on the page, or what was played. Question 20, correct answer is D. What is played is a dotted quarter and eighth note rhythm in the bass, which also changes the pitch. Question 21, correct answer is B. The rhythm is in the bass clef, beat 1, is played dotted 8th, 16th, but written as 2 equal 8th notes. Question 22, what is written in the last 2 measures of the right-hand melody is fa, mi, re, ti, do. What is played is fa, re, do, ti, do. Question 23 to 28 are based on an excerpt from a suite. Let's read through the questions and any notes. Question 23. The first 2 phrases have melodies that are A. Played by the same instrument, B. Harmonized differently, C. Inverted and played by different instruments, or D. Repeated but played by different instruments. Question 24. The second phrase features which of the following performance techniques in the accompaniment? Is it A. Glissado, B. Legato, C. Slur, or D. Staccato? Question 25. The first 2 phrases both end with A. A half cadence, B. An imperfect authentic cadence, C. A perfect authentic cadence, or D. A deceptive cadence. There's also a note that says, notice that the first 3 questions pertain only to the first 2 phrases. Each question gives specific directions regarding where to listen and what to listen for. Question 26. All of the following elements are heard except A. Anacrusis, B. Imitation and sequence, C. Trills, or D. Irregular phrase length. Question 27. Which of the following best describes the phrase structure of the entire excerpt? Is it A, B, A, A1, B, A, B, B1, or A, B, A, B? And the note says, with questions about phrase structures, you are listening to only the melody. Now, let us listen to the excerpt. You can play it however many times you want. And here we have the correct answers. Question 23. Correct answer is D. The melodies are the same, but the timbre is different between phrases 1 and 2 because different instruments are used. Question 24. In the second, correct answer is D. In the second phrase, the strings are playing staccato. Question 25. Correct answer is A. Both phrases 1 and 2 end with a half cadence, the dominant. Question 26. Correct answer is A. This excerpt uses imitation and sequence to achieve the polyphonic texture. Trills are also used extensively, as are the irregular phrase lengths. The irregular phrase length in the third and fourth phrase is due to an aleated cadence on the downbeat of measure 12, which ends the third phrase and also begins the fourth phrase. The phrases all begin on the first beat of the measure without anacrusis. Question 27. The phrase structure is A, B, B1. Questions 28 to 33 are based on an excerpt from a Mozart symphony. The excerpt in presto tempo has 2 segments. We'll listen to them separately. First, the first one, and then the second and first one. Okay, question 28. The opening 2 measures contain a unison melodic statement in D major. What are the scale degree numbers of the first 2 measures? Is it A, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, B, 8, 5, 5, 5, 3, C, 5, 3, 3, 3, 1, or D, 8, 5, 3, 3, 1. The note says be ready for the tempo. Question 29. The second 2 measures, measure 3 and 4, of the unison melodic statement are different from the first 2 measures because they contain what accidental? Is it A, a flattened 5th, B, a flattened 3rd, C, a raised 5th, or D, a raised 4th? It does say here that the flattened 5th and the raised 4th are enharmonic and sound alike. The raised 4th scale degree implies leading to the 5. Question 30. The opening statement, first 8 measures, ends with what type of cadence? Is it A, a half cadence, B, authentic cadence, C, plagal cadence, or D, deceptive cadence? Question 31. After the first cadence, the second phrase begins in measure 9 with the strings playing scale patterns accompanied by 3 accented chords. What is the Roman numeral progression of the 3 accompaniment chords? Is it A, B, C, or D? Now, let us listen to the first segment. Listen to it over and over if you want to, however many times you want. And here are the questions, the answers. Question 28. Correct answer is B. When answering oral questions such as these, pay close attention to information given in the directions or the questions themselves regarding where and what to listen for. The first 3 questions pertain to the opening 8 measures in presto tempo. That is your clue that it is going to be very fast. Be prepared for the music before it starts. The opening statement is do, so, mi, which is 8, 5, 5, 5, 3 in D major. Question 29. The correct answer is D. The second two measures of the unison melodic statement contain the raised 4th scale degree phi. In D major, that pitch is G sharp. Question 30. Correct answer is A. The cadence at the end of the 8th measures is a half cadence ending on the dominant, the 5th. And question 31, correct answer is C. The scale patterns are accompanied by the progression tonic, dominant, tonic. Let's read these questions. Question 32. The second segment employs which of the following compositional techniques? Is it A, direct modulation, B, literal repetition, C, melodic sequence, or D, circle of fifths progression? Question 33. Which statement best describes the second segment? A, it modulates to the dominant and ends with a perfect authentic cadence in major. B, it modulates to the dominant and ends with a half cadence in the parallel minor. C, it modulates to the relative major and ends with a perfect authentic cadence. Or D, it modulates to the dominant but returns to the original key and ends with a half cadence. Let us listen to the entire excerpt. And here we have the correct answers. Question 32, correct answer is C. The second segment moves through the key of A major, the dominant, through a melodic sequence pattern that moves up by step to A. Question 33, the correct answer is B. After modulating to A major, this segment ends with a cadence in the key of the parallel minor, A minor. And that's it. Gorgeous work, great work. If you have any questions, of course, always post them in the comments. And if not, go on to the next video. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you there.